Welcome back to Evil Deedz, and we are playing on Rage2, the Fist of the North Star. We are on Nanto Shaken Dream Mode event, and we're on Sacrifice. Frodo's village was saved, but at a great cost. The girl that had asked Ray for help before the battle was killed during the fighting, along with many of us. Such a young child, what a waste. Ray was holding the lifeless girl in his arms when a little boy came up and began hitting. Why didn't you help my little sister? Stop it, Master Ray saved us. You should have forgotten about me and helped my sister instead. Darn you, darn you, darn you. Ray let the boy do as he pleased while Shu carried the girl's body to Frodo. Forgive me, it seems that our strength was not enough. No, without this girl's sacrifice, I think even more lives would have been lost. Shu and Ray set out on their return journey as they travelled to Ray's Brook. I understand that boy's anger. If Harry was killed, I'll be filled with rage too. Rage. Sure, we must keep fighting in order to prevent a tragedy like this from happening again. You're right, you cannot allow the light of our future to be extinguished. Like Frodo, we must protect the children. From that point on, Shu swore to protect the children and dedicated himself wholeheartedly to resistance. Something. A Shins event. In the wake of a heroic final war, Shin was secretly constructed a hideout and formed an army. Lord Shin, we have received word that Kenshaw and Lady Uriel plan to set out on a journey. Jagger was preyed on Shin's mind. Kenshaw is too soft and Yuri will surely fall into the hands of another man. That is one thing that I refuse to allow. Gather the troops, we are going to pay Kenshaw a visit. Shin went to confront Kenshaw just as he and Yuri were preparing. Shin, in this age of uncertainty and chaos, my mate's right. Those with strength can take what they want without regrets or hesitation. Kenshaw made sure Yuria was safe behind him. What do you mean by that? I have loved Yuria for a long time now. Out of my way, Kenshaw. Yuria is mine. Seven scores. Shin defeated Kenshaw and ground him beneath his boots. Somebody as soft as you has no chance of defeating me. There is one difference between the two of us. Desire can be turned into strength. You do not have that within you. Yuria, tell me that you love me. Shin forced Kenshaw to his feet and then inflicted 7 wounds on him. Why do you have to give up? You know how weak Kenshaw is. What are you waiting for? Take what's yours. One by one, Shin gouged holes into his body with his finger while Yuri. Wait, I love you, please don't hurt Ken. Shin then adopted Yuria and took her to his secret base. I hate reading sloppy lines, because obviously I don't have the voice for that. In an effort to please Yuria, Shin went on looting and killing sprees. I hear that there is somebody holding jewels. I want you to find him and kill him. Seize those jewels. Shin presented the looted treasures to Yuria, but she showed no interest. You are mistaken if you think that mere jewels will ever get me to change the way that I feel. I feel nothing but content to you. Are you asking me to live by my life like Kensho does? That is one thing I cannot do. I already told you, I have my own way of doing things. Shin raised Yuri's chin with his hand. Do you know why I chose the name King? It was so that I could make you my queen. All of humanity shall bow before your feet. When they do, it will change how you feel. I know it will. Just as Shin was leaving, Yuria stopped him. Shin, what are you planning this time? Gather the troops you require, a paladin worthy of the queen. How to win a heart. Shin had recruited Heart and now commanded a mighty army. He worked hard to build a Southern Cross, a town dedicated to Yuria. I will no longer send her such cheap trinkets. This time I will send Yuria with an entire town. He forced people to live in the town, making them till the fields of the barren wasteland. He did all this in the vein of hope of pleasing Yuria. Every last blade of grass, every tree, every person in that town will bow before her. Then she will be sure to love me. Shin continued his endeavours to please Yuria, gaining great power in the process. So that's Spade on the left and that's Heart on the right. The abduction of Iri. Or Ira. Rei and Shu continued their resistance against the Holy Emperor by protecting villages under attack. Rei, your hometown is around here, isn't it? You should stop in and see Iri. Thank you, Shu. I'll do just that. Rei, who had not returned home in years, went to see Iri and his parents. But what happened is, the usual lively village was strangely quiet, not a single voice. Worried, Rei went to his home, expecting to find his family there. Inside the house, Rei found his parents and Iri's fiancée lying in a pool of their own blood. Rei. Father hanging there. It was a man with 7 scars on his chest. Leaving these final words, Rei's father's died. In the corner of the house lay a pure white veil. This was a gift Rei had given to Iri. Picking it up, Rei let out a cry. Rei ran outside with a veil in hand as Shu tried in vain to calm him down. Let me go, Shu. Rei, I understand how you feel, but you need to calm down. Recklessly taking action will not accomplish anything. Rei battered Shu's hand away. Shu, together we have protected the weak, but despite our best efforts, we wasn't able to save everyone. And now my sister Iri. What point is there to what we're doing if we can't save those customers? Sure, I'm sorry, but I must leave. I have to find the bastards that killed my parents and kidnapped Harry. Sue and Ray stood face to face. Ray, nothing good ever comes out of revenge. Get out of my way, Sue, or there's no telling what I might do. Blinded by his desire for revenge, Ray took up a fighting stance. Out of vengeance. Ray and Sue went their separate ways. Ray tucked Erin's vein into his shirt and turned away from Sue. Farewell, Sue. Sue watched him go into silence. And you just going to let him go? Shiva, please go to Ian and tell him that I would like him to keep an eye on Ray for me. Shiva nodded while Sue watched Ray walk away. I cannot blame Ray for his love of his family. He is much too kind. Sue patted Shiva on the head. Forgive me, Shiva. I think that perhaps I do not show my love for my family like Ray does. I know that it must be hard on you. Must be. It's okay, Papa. I'm happy just as long as I can fight by your side. Shiva and Sue watched Ray until he was nothing more than a dot in the horizon. His love for his family drives him to seek revenge. Whatever happens, we cannot allow him to die. He is another source of light amongst this chaos. Shiva, let us pray for his safety. Shiva nodded and headed out to see Ian. No ghost shield. Where's too long? Judah went to see Jagger. He had learned that Jagger had kidnapped Ray's sister, Eri. What the hell do you want? Did you kidnap the girl named Erin? Oh, that one. Yeah, she's quite a looker. So I figure I can get a good price for her. Where do you want to buy her? Smiling, Judah pointed a finger at Jagger. Just one? Come on, she's worth at least 5, eh? Jagger sensed the danger just in time, barely avoiding his attack. The ground where Jagger had been standing was the son of a bitch. You were gonna try and hit me, wasn't you? Hand over the woman. If you don't, then you will find yourself drowning in a sea of your own blood. You think I'm gonna give her to you, you freak? Get lost before you end up getting your ass kicked. All according to plan. Judah deflected all of Jagger's attacks. Now you're really gonna piss me off. I remember this. Vowing revenge, Jagger left. Judah handed towards the room where Erin was being captive. He found her blindfolded with her hands tied. Who's there? Is that your brother? No such luck. I am your new master. Ha ha ha. No. This woman shall be my secret weapon. I will use it to ensure that Ray's face is twisted in absolute agony. Judah took Irene back to his town. The star of Trini approaches. Tyranny. Southern Cross was finally finished. Shin, tremendously proud of his creation, talked about it endlessly. From every last blade of grass, every tree, every person in this town belongs to you. You are free to do with them as you please. Well, have you changed your mind about me now? Shin looked at Yuri and saw that she wept. The feelings in my heart will never change. As long as I feel this way, I know that you will keep doing these terrible things. Now perhaps you will do even worse. Yuri walked slowly to the edge of the terrace. I mean, the top of a cliff or something. Fair watching. Yuria flung herself off. She scrabbled down the stairs to get to her. Did she really hate me that much? Yulia was lying on the ground without a single scratch on her body. An incredible Shin was able to find a pulse. She's alive, Yuria. Franco and Frodo approached Shin and explained how they saved her life. They had been watching the two of them, just in case. Ro, the star of Trini, is rapidly approaching. He is after Lady Yuria. Yuria was part of the Ro's ambition. As Kenho, he was trying to fulfill his misguided destiny. Master Shin, you know Ro well. If Lady Yuria does not open her heart to him, it was certain that Ro would be the death of Yuria, and so Shin made a decision. He would take the blame. He would allow the world to believe that he killed Yuria. Shin took Yuria in his arms and pleaded. Kenno's massive forces eventually arrived at Southern Cross. Shin stood face to face with Ro. Shin and Nanto Kanshi, hand over Yuria now. You are too late. I have already killed her myself. If you wish to see her, you can do so in the Netherworld. Darn you. It had only been a few hours since Riku left. Shin knew he needed to buy them some time. Shin challenged Kenho, knowing he had no chance of victory. He did it all for Yuri. The treasure star of Motiadon. Shin fought Ro as best he could, but his opponent was much too strong. The tragedy of ruthlessness is that you are willing to give your life to something bigger than yourself. Ro, you are a pitiful man, still chasing Yuri's shadow after all this time. Or would you rather have this town? Although Yuri may not be here, this ghost town is yours if you want it. Ro slowly raised his hand and his army began to retreat. There is no reason to remain here any longer. As Ross left his spot Shin, there is no need to bother you. Kensho will come to kill you before long. I will never run nor hide. I will take his great rage and send him straight to hell once again. After letting out a small laugh, Raw left Southern Cross. Later, Shin had a lifelike doll made in Yuri's image in an attempt to lure Kensho to him. Shin died fighting against Kensho, but he kept the secret of Yuri's survival until the very last. The Holy Emperor marches forth. So some fast hits coming in. Charles came up with an ambitious plan to travel the land himself and personally forcing each and every region into submission. I will use overwhelming strength to force the people of this land into obedience. Any who would dare to oppose me shall be struck down. He started by heading to the Castari Empire's village, the very village that Rose had once allowed to remain untouched. So Rose let this village be. The Holy Emperor will not be so kind. I refuse to allow even the slightest opposition to me. I will show them just how difficult a problem was. The Holy Imperial Army began its invasion of the Empire's west. The Emperor's laughter. Falco was no match for Chaucer. Your pathetic emotions cost you your life, and now you are bowing down before me as well. I do not regret giving my legs to Raw. By doing so, I was able to save this village from Keno's arms thwarting. Perhaps, but look at the reality of the situation. How would you now protect this village from me? Falco got slowly back to his feet. You should give up such pointless resistance. You have been defeated. Even if you cost both of us our lives, I will protect this village. Clearly your emotions are called judgment. If you were to die, would this village not fall into ruin? Charles smiled. However, I am also marching on the path to conquest. I cannot afford to waste any more valuable time here. Raoul took your life from you, therefore I shall take your name. What do you mean by that? As long as I am alive, the Empire will not be allowed to go out in the world. The both of you must agree to live in solitude and pledge your alliance to me. If you do not, then I will burn this village to the ground. After some hesitation, Falco accepted Chaucer's terms. I understand if it will save the people of this village. The Empire would not have to obey the Holy Emperor, and Falcon was forbidden to identify. Chaucer used his momentum and headed out to challenge Raw. Raw, now it's time to settle things between us. An impending confrontation. The mystery behind Chaucer's body enabled him to overcome Rao's, but Chaucer was unable to break Rao's mighty body. And although Rao was unable to strike any of Chaucer's vital points, his blows still dealt significant damage. They knew if they continued to fight, it was certain they would both die, therefore the two agreed to a truce. I understand, Raw. I know why you put the boy up against 10 Nanto fighters. You look to conquer the land through the use of fear, however controlling people through fear is difficult. You use that tournament to judge Kensho's ability for yourself, and in him, you found a man that you could entrust things after you are gone. Huff is some sort of brotherly affection, Raw. I had no idea you were so soft. Kensho is my greatest enemy. Nothing more, nothing less. Rogue gazed into the distance and spoke. Charles, let me ask you something. Why is it that you strive to conquer the world? Is it that I can eradicate a shuriken, but more than that, it's also so I can eradicate? Compassion and service to lead people astray, and love only brings ruin. By defeating you and the boy, I can give rise to a new world under Nanto that is free from love and emotion. Charles, I shall be the only one to rule this land. I must deal with you sooner rather than later. This is another land that I must also conquer as well. Ro left and Charles would later dwell on what he had said. I already knew that Ro thinks highly of the boy. However, the last thing he said troubles me. This other land he speaks of, is Ro trying to obtain something other than just leadership over this country? Charles ordered an investigation into Hokuto and unearthed some surprising results. They say that in the distant land there is another martial artist known as Hokuto that gave rise to Hokuto Shuriken. The other land that Ro spoke of, perhaps I should go and take a look for myself. Charles ordered his men to prepare their ship, for his sights were now set on a continent across the sea. Master Oji, watch me as I erase every last remnant of Hokuto from this earth. I'll put up to 30 minutes. An Imperial Holy Cross Mausoleum. The Holy Emperor's secret protected him from the might of Hokuto, as well unable to strike his enemies' decisive points. The victorious Holy Imperial Army made a triumph return home. Once their Charles began their construction, they were known as the Imperial Holy Cross Mausoleum. At last I understand why my enemies are nothing. There is nobody left in the world that can challenge the Holy Emperor. Master, when this tomb is complete, I shall become this true supreme star. But in the end, Charles' attempt to bury love in this mighty tomb would fail. Charles, who denied the love, would be defeated by Kensho, who fought for love. Finally, his events are over. No fast talking. Judah's stronghold. Alone in his castle, Judah left. For Ro and Charles had behaved exactly the way he wanted. He also held Ray's sister Ray captive. Everything was going according to his plan. Ray, everything is ready to lead you into your own personal hell. You will die the most gruesome and pathetic death imaginable. In high spirits, he devoted himself to the collection of a beautiful woman, and the most beautiful thing in this world. Therefore, it is only natural to be surrounded by myself with other objects of beauty. But just as he thought he had enslaved every last beautiful woman in the land, he caught wind of some interesting news. There are rumors of an extremely beautiful woman known as Maria. She sounds most interesting. Judah gathered his troops and set out for Maria's village. So, hope you enjoyed. So yeah, next will be the Man of Strategy. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, subscribe, comment down below if you want to, so you don't have to. And in a bit.